Welcome to Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. Christine Austin Ill on here with you guys. And tonight we are going to be talking about the elephant in the room. Yep, the coronavirus. We're going to be talking about what we can do and how we can continue to run our business during this time while everything else seems to be shutting down. We still have the opportunity to go to work, right? So I see you guys are logging in here. Welcome. Make sure you post. I have, of course, Facebook up here as well as Instagram and YouTube. Some jobs are closing. You know, there's that thread. A lot of people I know that said that they were going to be able to work from home because the companies do not want you in the facility, right? That's pretty scary. It's pretty scary. And if you really thought about it, you know, it's like, okay, well, how long is that going to be, right? How long is this threat going to be? Not sure why that even my YouTube is not coming on. I'm sorry, guys. Technical difficulties on that other side. Always trying to use some new technology and it's acting a fool today. But, you know, that fear, you know what I mean? It's the fear of what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? Should I go door knocking or not, right? It's, will the person that I knock on the senior already be sick or not? Like, I don't want to get the disease, you know, I don't want to get the virus, and they may be afraid that I'm going to spread the virus to them, right? So that is what we are going to be talking about on today. And I'm sorry, let me get back on because I know I have my YouTube folk waiting on me on the other side. And they're down. I wonder if the coronavirus got them too, right? Hello, guys. I see you. I can barely see the comments on there, but welcome to the live. Again, Christine Austin Ill talking about working as an entrepreneur, especially a life insurance agent during this coronavirus and the scare right now. You know, I know you might be watching the news all day, right? And you're seeing how fast this virus is spreading. It is ridiculous. And not really sure what to do. I know today, like I said, I went over to the store. I was in Walmart and no water, no hand sanitizer, no wipes, hardly any Clorox left. Like, people are really stocking up already here. And I'm in Pittsburgh, and I don't even think they stated that we had anyone here yet that has been diagnosed with the coronavirus. However, everybody's in a panic. Everybody, I mean, I went to the store and it was packed. I mean, packed. I don't understand what the heck is going on. But it's the virus. People are thinking ahead and they want to make sure that they have what they need. And I was just going off on my regular, you know, midweek shopping and no water. So now I'm jumping around from store to store to store trying to get my water because I don't drink faucet water. So it just kind of fell right in line with what I had already planned on talking about, which is how to work during this time. If you guys, I put some notes down here. You see me looking down. That's what I'm doing, is reading some notes. Yes, I took some notes, y'all. You individuals that are self-employed, that are in sales, again, you may be thinking, you know, should I go and try to get a job real quick, right? Let's think about that for a minute. You go and you get a job, right? You go to look for a job. How long is it going to take for you to look for a job? For you then to get an interview, for you then to go in for the interview, get approved, they do the credit check, they do the background check, and now the company might even shut down because of the coronavirus, and now you've wasted 3 or 4 weeks, or they're still open, and it takes you another 2 weeks to get in. Now you're running another 2 weeks. We're at 6 weeks. Still no pay, right? Instead, to just figuring out how to navigate through this issue right now. All right. And so that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, is what we can do to make sure that we are protecting ourselves, of course, our families, as well as our clients. Okay, so again, I'm going to switch into insurance mode, because that is what I am, an insurance agent, and really thinking about what we can do if in fact, you're working in areas where they've already said that the coronavirus has spread, right? And of course, even if they didn't tell you what area, you can just assume it's going to be everywhere. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure. A lot of the information, a lot of the newscasters are stating that you should constantly drink water, a lot of water, not just any kind of fluid, not pops, but water. You want to make sure that your mouth is wet at all times. They say even taking a sip of water every 15 minutes. And the purpose of that is because that virus lands on your tongue, and it can sit on your tongue. And if you're not rinsing it down to go down into your stomach where you have the acids that can actually try to break that thing down, it will then go down into your lungs, right? It's going to go into your lungs, and that is what's going to fester in your lung and cause the pneumonia, the shortness of breath, which then of course affects everything else, right? So we want to make sure that we are drinking lots and lots of water. Hence why I was out trying to get water today and couldn't find any. I found some, they had pure water, purified water, but no spring water, and limited distilled water. So I do have 8 gallons already at home. I just wanted more. So I'll be out looking for that tomorrow. But you want to make sure that, again, you are keeping fluids, keeping water, drinking it all day long. Okay. You want to make sure that you're washing your hands. Yes, everybody is taking all of the hand sanitizer, but the hand sanitizer it's not even a complete fix. It's just a temporary solution. Washing your hands for 20 to 30 seconds under warm water with soap, of course. Antibacterial soap is best. 30 seconds. That is what's going to help you to keep that virus off of your hands. The virus is coming in through your eyes, through your nose, through your mouth. All right. So I had actually did a little bit of research while I was preparing this. And there was this article. Let me see. Where is it at? Okay. There's an article, and I'll put it in the description, guys, so that I'm not wasting time trying to figure out what article is. Okay, it was March 8th, 2020, and it is the USA Today. All right, it's a USA Today article from March 8th, 2020. Joel Shannon is the one that wrote this article, and they had stated, clearly the health officials are saying, do not touch your face. Now, it's easier said than done, right? Because there was an article that was done back in 2015. A study, was done in 2015 that on an average, we touch our face 23 times per hour. 23 times per hour. Whether we're touching our face, whether we are digging in our eyes, if you're wearing contacts, you're wearing fake lashes, you're wearing makeup, you're sweating, you're touching your face, digging in your nose, right? You get a tickle, you're in your nose, your mouth, picking your teeth, like wiping your lip because, you're slobbering, whatever. We are constantly touching our face and not even realizing it. And our hands are filthy. Even though we're washing them, as soon as you touch a doorknob. I was out yesterday with my sister, and we're in the car and we're talking, of course, about the coronavirus. And she's like, I just don't understand how this virus spread so fast. And then ironically, she coughs right in her hand. And then she turns and she's like, I just don't get it. And then she coughed again, right, in her other hand. And I said, just like that, don't you touch nothing in my truck. And I grabbed my hand sanitizer, and I have a big bottle in my truck, and I, squirted in both of her hands. And she's like, oh my God, this is so much. I'm like, yeah. And wipe my dashboard too, because the germs on her hands. And they say that when you cough, the germs they go 10 feet out. So when people are saying, watch the people 3 feet beside you, listen, it's not 3 feet. You need to be 10 feet away from somebody. If they're coughing and they are not covering their mouth, those germs are spreading. A good way to see how your saliva just like sprays for real. My husband went and bought this black charcoal toothpaste a while ago, about a year now. And he's on here and he said your cell phones are also disgusting. We don't even think about them. Our debit cards, credit cards, cash, things like that. But he bought us some black toothpaste. And, you know, we're brushing our teeth normal. And I don't do a whole spit, whatever. I'm like spitting the toothpaste into the sink. I think I'm pretty neat. But there's black spots all around the sink. And I'm thinking, how is that possible? So just imagine if I'm right here by the sink and I'm spraying the sink by just, you know, releasing the daggone, my toothpaste. Imagine me coughing, a force of nature cough coming out, and I'm spraying everybody and everything. That is how this thing is going. And they're telling us that it can stay on metal long. It's on your clothes for 24 to 48 hours. You know, it can't live in heat. You know what I mean? So you want to wash your clothes in hot water, things like that. So there's a lot of information out here about this coronavirus, right? There's no cure, so they say. But right now, you can get it by any way, right? So it is primarily affecting individuals that are seniors or people with a low immune system, infants, right, where their immune system has not built up. Those of you guys that have been eating healthy, been running, working out, all those things, and been building up your immune system, good job. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get sick. You could still get the virus. It can last between 2 to 4 weeks, but you may not die from it. Those that have asthma, again, COPD, these things where your immune system is lower, HIV, these are the individuals that this virus is really going to attack and have a higher likelihood of taking them out of here, right? So you're a life insurance agent, if that is you. I'm not going to say that this is perfect for you, because it's not. Because who wants to get sick? Who wants to even have to put themselves in that arena? However, if you are healthy and this virus is out here and they're attacking our seniors, that's our market. If you're a final expense insurance agent, your market is final expense. That is going to be your seniors, individuals that have low immune system. They're individuals that are disabled and on Social Security. These are the people that really need you. Matter of fact, it's not them that need you, it's their family, right? Because I don't know if you guys have been listening, but there's been nursing homes, although we can't help anybody in a nursing home, but nursing homes that have, a person ended up with the virus and it wiped out like 19 seniors. And that's horrible. It's horrible. But it then leaves the family members to have to bury these family members that have died, right? And so more than ever, we really need to be on our business, on our jobs, making the phone calls. This is where it comes in, where you guys can step it up. Even if you are not a telesales agent, meaning you are not able to sell your product over the phone, you need to get real good with calling these clients, leaving a voicemail that is going to make them want to call you back. An example, hey, this is Christine. I'm giving you a call about the final expense information you requested. I understand that the coronavirus is very prevalent in your area, which is making it very difficult for us to reach you seniors. I need you to give me a call back immediately. Immediately. My number is da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Right? Now, you're telling them why you're calling. You're giving them your name. You will say your company name. Of course, I'm not going to put it out on here because I don't want anybody thinking that I am endorsed by any insurance company, because I am not. However, you want to make sure that you are even mentioning the coronavirus, because this is on everybody's mind. It's on the cell phones. Every time you pick up the phone, whether you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, you're on the news channels, coronavirus is everywhere, right? People are trying to downplay it, but schools are closing. Companies are telling their employees not to come in and they can work from home. This is serious, but we still have a job to do. we still have people that need our product and people that really need life insurance, because people are dying every day from the flu, from their normal illnesses, from the coronavirus. Like, they're dying and they need us. So if you're going door to door, God bless you. And just be careful. Make sure if you do not have any hand sanitizer, be conscious of not touching your face. Be conscious of it. Constantly think about, I have this thing, think about what you're thinking about. If you're always thinking about what is on your mind, what you're thinking about, when you get ready to touch your eye, I don't know how many times today, because I wear contacts, I wanted to touch my face. And I was like, nope, girl, no. So I'm like literally with my napkin and wiping my eyelid, because I'm used to digging in my eyes. I have contacts on, right? But I'm conscious of this infection. I don't want it. I've been trying to eat right. I've been trying to work out right. But again, even the healthy individuals can get sick. They just might not die, right? But I don't want it at all. I don't know about you, but I don't want it at all. Let me see these comments on there. All right, guys, good to see you. Let me just go back on my little notes that I have here. All right. Getting good on that phone, right? You can present your product over the phone. Again, even if you are not able to sell over the phone, solidify the deal over the phone, close it over the phone, you can very well go over everything right over the phone, get all of the information from the client as if you were a telesales agent, and then set a day and a time where you can literally just go to their house. If you're doing it on the secure app, you can key the information in and save it right up to the point of where you collect their payment information. That way, whenever you get to your client's home, all you're doing is going to ready to sign. Let them sign. They can sign it with their finger. They can sign it with your pen. Of course, you might want to let them sign it with their finger. You can wipe off your screen, but they can sign it and you're done, right? Or you can go back to paper apps. I love a paper app, I'm just saying. And you can have everything written down. And soon as that, you set the appointment, you go to the door, you have everything filled out. You have them sign the paper form. You let them keep that pen. I'm good for letting people keep pens. I have millions of pens, right? That's your pen. Thank you so much. Here's my business card. And you're out. That way you're not in their homes. They can feel comfortable because you're not coming in their home, and you can feel comfortable because you're not going in their home. So there are ways around it, but you have to get very good with the phones, right? A lot of people don't like to call. It's a good time to call. All right. It's a good time to call, and they will appreciate it as well, because some people don't want you in their home because they don't know if you're sick, right? So utilize these things. Get on the phone, call them, send text messages to the clients. Take a picture of the lead and send a text message and say, hey, I'm so-and-so responded to you. We're a little overwhelmed and backed up because so many people are requesting this information because, of course, I'm sure the coronavirus is all over and people are trying to make sure that their families are taken care of. And this is a true statement. Use it. Use it to your advantage. Use it to your advantage. Get on the phones. That way your day could be more intentional. You know exactly where you're going. You can end up seeing 6 or 7 people in one day just signing their paperwork and grabbing a check, or again, just signing the paperwork, and you're keeping it moving. Because again, we do want to make sure that they are not bedridden, right? They're not in a care facility or hospitalized. So you can still be in your nice, comfortable, clean vehicle, getting out, having them sign at the door, getting back in your vehicle, moving to the next house. You're taking care of them and you're doing your job. Okay. Another way, if you're one that is normally that travels, and you don't want to travel right now, you're uncomfortable with traveling, whatever the case may be, you can definitely, especially if you have been in your business for a while, you have a book of business. I'm sending one of these envelopes. I have been sending out envelopes to existing clients, to my leads, and I have been running this through my printer and putting different notes on the actual envelope. This envelope here is for a lead, and it's just saying, you know, we're responding to your request, time sensitive information enclosed. I have a couple different things that I have on envelopes. I'm trying to see if I have another one without me getting up, and I don't. But I'm trying different things on the envelope to make people open up the envelope, right? And they are. I've been getting calls left and right. I mean, I have so many callbacks that I need to do that it's a good problem to have. But I'm being smart. I went to the post office. I bought about 8 books of stamps so I can print my stuff from home. I can put the stamps on it and put it in my mailbox. I really don't need to leave. And then I'm getting the callbacks, right? I'm calling my company when I have a client who is ready to do an increase. I'm calling the company. I'm getting their information. So it makes it real easy. So when I'm going out, I'm literally just getting their signature, and I am using paper apps, so I am scanning them in. I just chose to do it that way because I'm a little bit of a germ phobe, and I don't want to really be out there either. But I have bills to pay, right? The water company, the gas company, nobody is telling me, you know, oh, because the coronavirus is here, you don't have to pay your bill. That would be nice. You know, we still need food and all of these things. So we have to make sure that we are doing our part in being safe, being clean, constantly washing your hands, having a good lotion, because, you know, I don't know if you could tell, like my hands are super dry because I've been washing nonstop, hand sanitizer nonstop, because I don't want it. I've been making sure I'm not touching my face, right? And it's a constant thing on my mind. Oh, YouTube decided they wanted to jump up, guys.
You want to know how to get rich?
Sorry, they're talking about rich people. You want to know how to get rich? How timing is that? But anyway, so, you know, it's so important. It is so important to just be mindful of what is going on right now. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at this YouTube. It finally popped up. But you just want to be mindful. You want to be mindful of what is going on. You want to be mindful of everybody around you. You know, I am good for not really even paying attention to what's going on around me. My husband has pulled up beside me while I would be in my vehicle, and I wouldn't even know he was there. And he, like, I've been next to you for 10 minutes. That's bad, right? And so I've been learning to pay more attention to what is going on around me. So when people are walking, you know, I was in Walmart, and, you know, people are walking, they have some masks on, and they're, you know, people are coughing, and I'm looking, I'm watching everybody. I'm like ducking and dodging, right? I'm like, I don't want any parts of any of that at all. But, you know, you can't duck all the germs. You just can't. So you just have to be mindful. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your mouth. Don't touch your nose. Don't touch your eyes. Wash your hands constantly. You know, just stay clean. Do the things that we really should have been doing anyway, right? Do those things. And then with our existing clients, like, again, they're already warm. And a lot, oh my goodness, the last 7 apps that I have received were from existing clients. I went through my policyholder list, and I looked at the people whose birthdays were January, February, and March, and I sent out over 200 letters. I have another batch of 300 letters ready to go out, and they're calling me back. And a lot of them are saying, you know what, I'm so glad you sent the letter. I need to actually increase. I've been thinking about it. Like, do I have enough for this? Do I have enough for that? And so that has been making my life a little bit easier, right? And I know them already, so I'm joking around, but I'm not joking. I'm like, are you sick? Is anything going on? Right? So I did have one of my policy holders who was like, you know, I have the flu. I have or pneumonia right now. I was like, oh, I am so sorry to hear that. I am not about to come to your house, right? And he laughed, but I was serious. And, you know, he knows I was serious. I'm like, no. We're not even about to do that. But, you know, I will go to the front door if I have to. But I'm not coming in. I will not go in the house. And I will be holding my breath. I might have a scarf wrapped around my whole face. I don't know, because I'm crazy like that. But, you know, I was able to joke around with him like, oh, man, I'm really going to pray for you. I hope that you get better. And, you know, he's like, well, it's not the coronavirus. You know, I'm good. I'm like, okay, thank God for that. But, you know, when you're sick, your immune system's down and it's fighting the infection you already have inside. So he's like, I'm not trying to leave the house. So I'm like, okay, cool. It just is an easier sell, guys. But the leads need you too. They are seeking this information. They are looking for life insurance. They know they need it. So it's just a balance. You know, I did order 60 leads. I ordered 60 new leads that I will be helping. Like I said, I have the letters right there that's going to be going out. I'm already mailed out a stack of letters to my new leads on Tuesday. So they should be starting to call me tomorrow, and I'll be calling out to them as well. And I'm going to just screen them. Are you sick? You know, I'm calling to set up appointments. I'm due to go out of town with my husband, you know, when we are scheduled to go out of town. And I am going to definitely ask them, are they sick? Do you have any colds? Or are you sick or anything like that? Because I don't want to bring any germs to you. And I definitely don't want to be adding any germs to myself, because I am going to several seniors' homes, and I don't want to be the one that's bringing the germ to anybody. So we just need to ask the questions, and it's okay. It is okay to ask them, are you sick? Do you have any cold? Is your nose running? Do you have a fever? These are the different symptoms of this coronavirus. Like, you need to know what the symptoms are so that you can ask your client, you know, are you experiencing anything like that right now? No? Okay, great. I'm going to be in and out. I will not be in your home for more than 10 to 15 minutes, especially right now. We need to make sure that we are taking care of as many people as possible before this thing gets out of hand. Period. Okay? So, again, don't touch your face. You got to think about it. Just constantly think about it. Don't touch your face. Your hands you're picking up everything. Everything. Every counter that you touch, everything. Everything. And I'm looking at my notes. Let me see what else I have for you guys. And again, leaving voicemails. A lot of times when we make our phone calls to our clients, we're just running through the motions. We don't leave voicemails. You want to leave a message now. You definitely want to leave a message that is going to trigger them to call you back. You want to, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to be mentioning the coronavirus and the fact that we are overwhelmed, because we are. We were already understaffed for life insurance agents. We are hiring left and right because we have so many people requesting the information across the different states that we work, and not enough agents to work it. And now we have this. You think people are not calling left and right? You think they're not on the website trying to get life insurance? They are, because they understand that this is serious. Only some of the young folk and some of the older people have been desensitized by a lot of these other viruses, and so they just think this is just another one. And maybe they're right, but maybe not. Maybe not. I'd rather be prepared than not. So I'm just checking my notes. Okay. Definitely. All right. So just to recap, wash your hands 20 to 30 seconds under as hot as water as you can take with antibacterial soap. You want to be conscious not to touch your face, especially your eyes, your nose, and your mouth, because that is how this virus is getting in, as well as the flu and a lot of the other viruses as well. You want to make sure that you are drinking water, at least a sip, even just a sip every 15 minutes. Yes, I know that sounds crazy, but that virus can sit on your tongue. And if it's not washed down into your stomach, where you have the acids that can break that thing down, it's going to go into your lungs, which is going to cause the pneumonia. All right? So drink that daggone germ down. Drink it down. Drink it down. So you want to make sure you're doing that. You want to be mindful of what you're touching. Pay attention to what you're touching. All right? Your hands are bringing everything to you. So be careful about that. Understand, again, that the virus can stay on metal, on, surfaces for days, and your clothes for 24 to 48 hours. So you want to make sure that you are washing your clothes, taking your stuff off and just throwing them right into the hamper. I know some people like to wear the same jeans. I mean, I've done it, you know, 2 days in a row. You're in the field and you're working. You're like, oh, I'm just going to put these jeans back on. Or you have maybe a uniform or the same jacket, things like that. I didn't even wear a jacket out today. I'm like, I'm not even wearing my jacket because some of my jackets I can't just throw in the washer, right? So you just want to be careful. You want to be careful. You want to be mindful of what it is that you are doing to make sure you are not picking up the virus and that you're not giving it to your clients. So that's it that I have for you guys. I knew that this was going to be a 30-minute video. My YouTube never came on, so I don't know if this is saved on Instagram. Yeah, look, Instagram is the bomb. It's the only one that stayed up. My yard stream just kicked me all the way out. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. But I will make sure that I keep Instagram tied in. Again, this will be on my YouTube channel, which is Austin Ill Life Now. And feel free to subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified of any videos that I put. And that, stay in prayer, stay in prayer, stay in prayer, be clean, and enjoy your life. As I always say, it is temporary. Peace.